So my name is Hanna Szemző. I'm a sociologist working at Metropolitan Research Institute in Budapest. I'm actually one of the managing directors, and I'm also a very happy participant in the TExTOUR project, leading stakeholder engagement and data collection in the project. I mean, let's take the perspective of a municipality who should be there. Definitely different groups of the local community and different representatives of local SMEs and NGOs, and hopefully also representatives from a regional or a national level. But at the same time, I would like to warn everyone not to go for the easy targets. It's easy to involve those who are interested to be involved. The job is to make sure that there is a relative representation even of those who might not normally go to such events and who might not normally engage. Typically, vulnerable people, poor ones, people with disabilities and minorities, but not only those. Women who still in our societies tend to have double jobs, working and looking after families, and people who don't have that much time. Know your area, know your context, and try to reach out. There are areas in Europe where there are actually fewer minorities. Then probably you might want to engage those locals who have not been engaged for a very long time. But if you live in an area with a high share of migrant population, then it's very important that their voices are heard. But I think it all goes back to sustainability. If you want to have a type of development that supports everyone, then you need to hear the decision and you need to hear the opinion of everyone. This is not an easy process, and at the end it might be that you cannot actually be respectful of every idea, but at least it should be heard. I have two answers. Listen, definitely listen. Go to meetings and organize meetings yourselves. These two things might overlap, but they often don't. And the last and important advice, if you promise something, please deliver. I mean, that really depends on what type of information you're looking for. Of course, there are different kinds of statistics. I think there is this big mystical thing called big data, which is also very useful, and that's also public. What I personally like is just to do interviews and listen. Try to find and try to meet people with different backgrounds and different interests. That really helps the process. Because you want to have a sustainable and a good strategy that actually reflects on the realities, that incorporates the current problems, and if it does well and if it describes the state of the art well, then you can arrive to better solutions. Even, there is no perfect solution ever, so don't strive for that. But at least, let's say, if you do the work and if you collect enough data, then you can hope that you might have a solution which will satisfy quite a lot of people. Hopefully, there is already a channel existing that allows for the good collection of data, and there is also a process in place that helps to integrate the knowledge from everyone else in the community. But if not, then I would really start by changing the local governance structure, making sure that bottom-up elements are incorporated, at the same time keeping in mind that the responsibility and the accountability still resides with the municipality. I'm a sociologist by training, and it means that I've done a lot of interviews. And when you talk to someone and it's interesting, you have this aha feeling at the end. Okay, I understand, and it's good.